Explained by the Billy Meier Contacts. Doris Ekker, a Doris Eloise Jones Holloway Ekker. Dharma, Darushka Med, Druthia, see also channeling, a mediums, a psychics, see also Diane Ekker Kunik, see also Edijo Ekker, see also George Green, see also Edwin M. Young affiliations. Contact newspaper. The Four Winds. Dove of Oneness. Global Alliance International Association GAIA. Global Alliance Investment Association GAIA. The Holy Books of the Lighted Realms. Nevada Corporation for the Phoenix Institute, the Phoenix Archives, the Phoenix Educator, the Phoenix Express, the Phoenix Institute for Research and Education, Limited. The Phoenix Journal Express. The Phoenix Journals. The Phoenix Liberator. Phoenix Source Distributors. Phoenix Source Publishing. The Preferred Network, Canada. Rukan International. The Spectrum. The Spotlight. Wisdom Books and Press Incorporated. Sananda. Isu Sananda. Isu Jesus Sananda. Isus Jesus Immanuel Sananda. Jesus Sananda. Gai Ogo Series Sananda. The Ground Crew. Liftoff 1. The Masters. The Lighted Masters. The Rainbow Masters. The Watchers. Adonia. Ashtar. Ashtar Command. Patrick H. Bellringer. Serapis Bay. Germain. Saint Germain. Violinio Saint Germain. Violinio Germain. Hilarion. Master Hilarion. Judas Iscariot. Corton. Brother Corton. Commander Corton. Commander Tom Eros Corton. Tom Eros Masu Corton. Sanat Kumara. Lanto. Lanto. The Sage. Michael. Lord Michael. Archangel. Saint Michael. El Moria. El Moria. The Statesman. Paul the Venetian. The Artist Original Source 1997. We, the members of FIGU, vehemently distance ourselves on our own behalf, and in the name of the Pleiadians, from George Green's false and deceitful schemes. He has translated and published the Maya Talmud manual in distorted format, with untruthful interpretations, without ever having obtained permission from any of us. The members of FIGU, as well as the Pleiadians and entities from the Arahat, Athasata and Partali levels, also distance themselves in every conceivable way from the lies regarding purported transmissions from higher spirit levels that were published by Phoenix Source Publishers Incorporated. This also applies to the prevaricated, concocted contact personages Dharma, Sananda, Judas Iscariot, Michael, Jermaine, Ashtar, Adonai, Gyorgo Series Haton and the Masters, among others. The alleged transmissions are nothing more than malicious falsifications and perversions of facts that have absolutely nothing in common with the truth. We, the members of FIGU, the Pleiadians, and the Arahat Athasata and Partali levels, distance ourselves from each and every one of George Green's written concoctions and from those who may collaborate with him and or other writers who publish fraudulent contact information. Those who lie about Contact's pamphlet, Page 4. The same applies also to communications with Sananda and a certain Commander Giorgos Series Haton. These, by the way, are two totally unknown, non-existent names among material as well as spiritual reaches in the entire planetary regions of the Pleiades and all the realms of the planets and galaxies and suns in the Federation's territory, which comprises expanses of many millions of light-years. Neither can these names be found in the regions of Lyra and Vega, among others, with the exception of some parts of Earth and in the brains of lunatics and liars, as well as cheats and deceivers.
Contact Report 233.
In a short time, you will receive mail from America, namely from George Green, who is known to you. In his letter to you, you will find two writings that bear the titles Spacegate, The Veil Removed, by Giorgos Series Haton, as well as And They Called His Name Emmanuel, by I Am Sananda. Both hypocritical works are just two out of a whole series of 9 works of lies, in which it is mendaciously and deceitfully maintained that a certain Commander Giorgos Series Haton, whose sign is Commander-in-Chief, Earth Project Transition, Pleiades Sector Flight Command, Intergalactic Federation Fleet Ashtar Command, Earth representative to the Cosmic Council on Earth Transition, has taken up contact with a person of the Earth, which refers, of course, once more to a person in America. But concerning this, it is to be explained that this incredible and insolent lie holds no truth in itself, because as I already explained on the 17th of November, we maintain no contacts with Americans, especially not with these, and also not with other human beings on the Earth, except for and with you. Concerning the of the Pleiades, nor to an allied people of the Federation, nor anywhere else on any worlds or in any spirit levels of the far reaches of the universe that are known to us, except on the Earth, and in the brains of those swindlers, liars, and deceivers who use these names for their lies and truth-offending fantasies. And as for the name Ashtar, I refer to all the information that we already delivered to you several years ago for the public, from which it clearly and unambiguously follows that Ashtar Sharon has never had and still does not have those contacts with Earth humans that are ascribed to him by various liars and deceivers of the Earth. As for the inglorious role that he had played, this is known to you very well, and moreover, his material existence expired, according to the terrestrial calendar in the year 1983, when he strove for things in the Dal universe that did not fall within his competence. Having fallen back into his former, wrong, and old conduct, he fled into the twin universe and attempted to seize power there over Asket's people, whereby his aircraft was destroyed and he lost his life. So he, as well as his spirit form, can in no way enter into contacts with Earth humans, for on the one hand, his body was completely eliminated by the destruction, while his spirit form has no possibility of returning from the twin universe to our universe or to break through the barriers, which are insurmountable to any spirit form, of both buffering universes in order to establish or maintain this kind of contact with the Earth humans. So all those lying and swindling Earth humans who maintain that they would have contact with Ashtar Sharan are already condemned by this fact. These swindlers, liars, and deceivers still continue on. However, because in the mentioned deceitful writings, it is even maintained that Emmanuel, also known as Jesus Christ, would personally transmit messages to the swindlers and deceivers, particularly to the lying person Dharma and such. But this also only corresponds to an incredibly insolent lie, as well as a swindle and deception beyond compare. No one knows better than we do that this mendacious, fraudulent assertion has no truth content at all. Emmanuel, who has mendaciously been given the name Jesus Christ, and you also know this very well, transmits no messages of any telepathic or otherwise similar form to the Earth humans. On the one hand, he is reborn at the present time in Europe as another personality, which you, like we, know very well, because we know his person, and on the other hand, he does not concern himself with transmitting messages and the like, or even the Talmud Emmanuel, to delusional believers or deceivers, swindlers, and liars in telepathic form, etc. What is still offered further by these liars and deceivers is actually never to be surpassed, regarding the disgraceful impertinence and disrespect toward all spiritual levels, and particularly toward the levels Patahli and Arahat Adarsata. Since these filthy liars, I simply lack other and stronger words for them, and deceivers and truth-offending ones do not shy away from mendaciously drawing upon these levels of purity, with the dirty and maliciously deceptive and fraudulent assertion that even these would stand in contact with the liars and deceivers. A lie and a deception beyond compare, for the sole fact that the spirit form levels never take up contact with material levels in order to communicate with these puts paid to the lies. However, I do not explain this for your knowledge because you know these facts better than I do, but I only mention them for all those lunatics who are of the false assumption that a material life form could simply come into contact with any spirit form, as this is maintained by all those who have succumbed to deluded belief or who simply lie deliberately, cheat and deceive, or who are simply ill in a schizophrenic form and call themselves mediums, who can allegedly talk and communicate with the deceased, spirit forms, demons, and us extraterrestrials through trance states and channeling and similar nonsense in order to allegedly receive messages of major importance. Yet all these assertions and machinations are nothing more than deliberate swindles, lies, and deceptions, schizophrenic illnesses, self-deceptions, or deluded beliefs, and the like. In truth, such possibilities for such connections only exist in very small amounts, and only in a spiritually very highly evolved framework, and thus only with very few humans. On the earth, however, all those human beings who are equipped with such abilities are not of terrestrial origin. Rather, they migrated from foreign worlds at earlier times. The liars, swindlers, and deceivers, however, the lunatics, the deluded believers, the self-deceivers and schizophrenics, who designate and call themselves mediums and channelers or the like, and this is clarified down to the last detail, are all clearly of terrestrial origin. They are all Earth-created and Earth-born and have no connection at all to life forms of extraterrestrial origin.
Contact Report 237.
Do you know a Commander Hatun?
No, why do you ask?
I know from Quetzal that among other things you have the profession of a name historian and know all the names that are known from earliest times. Also, all existing names of today are included.
That corresponds to the truth, but the names are so many that I cannot keep them in my memory, which is why I stored them in a central computer that I can retrieve from here in a matter of seconds if you are interested.
Gladly, check if the name Hatun exists.
Gladly, wait a moment. Here, you see this name does not exist, not even in a form of deviation.
Can you check if a Commander Hatun exists somewhere in the Federation or elsewhere in your area?
Of course I can, as fast as that. But it would be illogical, because there is no name like Hatun anywhere.
Please.
Good. You see, there is no Commander Hatun in the entire Federation, not even anywhere else outside our Federation. It would be simply illogical, and I do not understand.
I just wanted to make sure. You know, A GG in America claims that he or someone else knows that he or someone else would have contact with a certain Commander Hatun of the Pleiades or somewhere else, but also with Jesus Christ, who under the name Santana, or under some other such crazy name, is supposed to be crazy enough to maintain contact with an upper mad earthling, to let him loose with half-slavish idiocies on the otherwise already mostly sectarian enslaved Earth humanity.
Now I understand. You speak of that monstrous, deceitful machination in America, which is spread by the mentioned GG?
Contact Report 238.
I simply want to point out that so many lunatics on Earth still claim, and the longer the more that they have contact with humans or spirit forms etc. of the Pleiades, for example the liar, BF, then the South American or Mexican C, and the Mexican professor anyway, then also the actress M, with whom we had quite bad experiences, but also GG, who wants to maintain contact with a Pleiades commander Hatun, then PM, or as they are called, and many, many others, such as RB and the super channel G, CAC, etc., and so on.
They all fall under the names of liars, swindlers, and fraudsters.
Contact Report 246.
The mentioned liars, swindlers, and cheaters, as well as several unnamed ones, unfortunately still work around with their lie stories. Also GG with his fantasy figure Hatun, etc., as I was told by telephone from US America.
He is nothing more than an infamous liar and cheater who is fully aware of his lying and cheating. The fantasy word Hatun is probably just as much a pure invention of his own pathological prestige addiction as all the incredibly stupid scribbling he spreads. The fantasy word Hatun also does not exist as a name in our language nor in any other language of our Federation. An inquiry by the High Council at the Arahat Athersata level also revealed that the stupid word Hatun only exists in the entire universe on Earth or in the stories of lies and deceit of GG, but nowhere else.
Contact Report 710.
What happened again recently when a cult follower turned up at my house, a member of what is supposed to be a reincarnated Jesus Christ, alias Christ Sanandaj, that is to say Jesus Sananda Emmanuel, spreading messages. She fanatically raked me over the Jesus Sananda Emmanuel nonsense and wanted to get me on her cult side, which is why I think it may well be necessary for something to be done in the way you say. The woman brought me 2 more books entitled And They Called Him Emmanuel, I Am Sananda, and Space Gate, The Veil is Removed, Nos. 2 and 3 from the Phoenix Journal. In one of the books, it is mentioned that in Chapter 5 of a Phoenix Journal, it is written by this Christ Sananda, what an imaginary Pleiadian commander named Georgos Queris Haton is supposed to say in the so-called Phoenix Journals, and I will read some of that to you here.
This sect is known to me, but not their books and journals, etc., which is why I am unfamiliar with what has been read aloud, which I find extremely stupid and full of lies and deceit.
For me, it is absolutely clear that this Jesus Sananda Emmanuel sect, that is to say the originator of the whole thing, has stolen my materials of the teaching of truth, teaching of the Spirit, teaching of life, and transformed them according to his own sense, and is now spreading everything under the direction of the present sect leadership,